This episode of Completely Consensual is brought to you by Switch Fix. Switch Fix is changing the game in Nintendo Switch gameplay. Now, you might be asking, Shawn, how is it changing the game?
How is it changing the game?
How's it changing the game? I'll tell you how it's changing the game. First, it comes in the sleek design, packaging,
Boom.
also made in the U.S., Phoenix, Arizona.
Bam.
But the most importantly, it is a controller grip for the Nintendo Switch. You might be asking, there's tons of these on the market. Why do I need another one? Why would I want this? Because this one is a revolutionary design. First, you can get it custom plated with your own channel name, your own logo, your own name, whatever it is. And how it works is it attaches to the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. That's right. You do not have to use Joy-Cons. You do not have to use janky grips anymore.
We leveled up.
You love that. You love that Pro controller.
We level up.
That Pro
We're gonna get
controller.
back to it.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
Pro controller snaps right on. You have your Nintendo Switch display right here. Slides right in, just like a regular Joy-Con accessory. Just slides right into this. You have your Pro controller, and it changes the game. It is comfortable. It's completely revolutionary. One of the best things I've ever been able to experience and hold for an accessory for the Nintendo Switch.
Can I hold it?
Yeah, go ahead and hold it. Right there. Beautiful design. So if you want to get your hands on a Switch Fix, go to GetSwitchFix.com. That is GetSwitchFix.com. One more time, GetSwitchFix.com. You can go ahead and order yours. They're also going to be on Indiegogo, so you can support them there as well. So, again, one more time, GetSwitchFix.com. Enjoy the show.
Bienvenidos. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Completely Consensual right here on Chiptooth Gaming. I am the host, Compa Andres. Yay. Love it. Then to my left, you got Cheeks Jr., a.k.a. Supercuts.
You didn't fucking...
It's your boy. What?
I'm
I
just
didn't
waiting
fucking
for
what?
it. And then I got to wait for you because it's your birthday month. Save the best for last. Wave Check Flowers. How you doing?
I'm good, Wishing I could see myself in the camera
Do
right
you?
there, but it's okay.
Oh, because I didn't flip it? We're fine.
It's
fine.
all right.
We're getting a little risky. We're flying blind, you know what I mean?
Risky. We don't know what we look
Well,
like.
I mean,
Oh.
shave my head, try to do some growing up. You see me?
You looking good, man.
I
I'm going to
see
let you know
you.
right
See
now.
you
You
with my
looking fresh.
fucking-
We all
my
looking
scalp.
good. But you feeling good?
I feel good.
Awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it.
You know?
It's going to be another week, another good round of news. A lot of things happened.
Holy shit, a lot of
A
things
lot of shit happened this past week. A lot.
Couple.
I mean,
Couple
big
interesting
news,
things.
I feel
Maybe-
like.
I mean, go ahead.
You want to
Might
go
not
right
say
into it,
anything.
or
Go
you
right
guys
into
want to
it.
talk? I want to talk about what you guys been up to. Just quick recap what you've been playing.
Ask me what I've been playing.
What you been playing?
What I've been playing? You
Quick.
asked me what I've been playing.
What you been playing?
What I've been playing? You ask me one more time. Okay, he's drinking. What I've been playing? A lot of Division 2.
Yes, sir.
Actually, Playing
Yes,
a lot of
sir.
Division 2. It's very slow. It's a slow grind, but it's a comfortable
It's
slow.
an enjoyable grind in a sense.
It's an enjoyable slow grind. Like, I'm not disappointed with what I do. Like, I don't mind the replay of missions.
Mm-hmm.
Division 1, I didn't really like doing the same mission over and over again, but this one, I don't fucking mind. It's
I
actually a
think
pretty good time.
the variable, like the different ways you could play, the different techs available, the different things you could use and do. That's what makes it fun. That's why the replay value is there. Because oh shit, you know what? I need to use a flamethrower this time. Let me use the turret. Let me
there.
use the drone. There's different ways you could play.
Division 2 just came out Friday,
15.
right?
15.
15. There's been
Last
about
Friday.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's been a couple days. A lot of people grind it out. I know a lot of streamers. People were like, "Yo, level 30. Let's get to it. Let's get to the end game."
Yeah, because
I'm
I guess
taking
if you
my
got
time.
The Ultimate Edition, you got the game early, kind of like Jump Force.
3
did.
days early, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got the ultimate edition. But still, I didn't do that. I got the regular game. I'm taking my time with the game. I'm barely level 10.
Same.
But the thing about this game, because I'm playing it too. I'm with you on that hype train. I'm playing the Division 2 a lot. It's just a good game. It's a comfortable game. It's a game that, for me, is a rebound from Anthem of what a good looter shooter type game should be. And I think that's why I'm having more fun with it. I'm taking my time. It's fun and enjoyable. I'm playing solo. It was fun. I played with you the other day.
Playing
Fun.
solo in that game is so hard.
Yeah, but it's still fun though. I mean, you could call for drones.
It's
hit
extra
your flare,
difficult.
That's important to me.
hit your flare, bam.
Solo?
Yes.
Solo play is really important, especially on a game like
you can
this where
always
it's grind.
match make though. Like you can always have a
Yeah.
random join you.
I don't want randoms.
I mean, truthfully, you'll want the extra gunpowder because like some of it, like waves of enemies, are just really annoying. Like
Yeah.
the AI are really smart in that game.
It's 2019 and we're a bunch of pussies.
A little
That's
bit.
what I gotta say. Everybody wants this game to be easy. They want the
No, I'm not
handgun.
saying
They
that-
want extra gun power. They want their buddies joining them on the adventure. But in reality, games are too fucking easy.
Yeah, it kind of goes. I mean, we can go right into a listener question right now. A little bit, because it talks about game being difficult. Adam Wistra he's real quick. It's a little sidetrack, but it's kind of to your point about
Go ahead.
game being difficult. He's like, what are your guys' thoughts on Sekiro Shadows Die Twice? It's been amazing reviews, but he's the type of person where it comes to hard games, it's just I've been turned off by games like Bloodborne and Dark Souls due to the difficulty. I kind of get to his point where, I'm a huge fan of Bloodborne. I love that game. But then again, I wasn't a fan of Dark Souls because the Dark Souls was just like, whoa.
I think games like that really comes down to how good they introduce you to new things you can do, like tutorials and games like that. I think was really important because you'll get overwhelmed with the combos and the jump, the air moves, and you gotta worry about what you can do on the ground, and then you have so many fucking dodges and shit like that gets overwhelming. It's like, you know what, I quit.
I'm actually more interested in Sekiro than I am in fucking Bloodborne.
Hopefully I'm saying it right, to be honest.
No, it is.
Sekiro seems fucking rough.
Hopefully I'm saying it. Because I know you said it in the chat. And you're like, dude, this game looks dope. And then Mikey was like, ooh.
It looks better. It appeals to me more because I'm in the same boat as you, Adam, as in I don't like the Bloodborne. I don't like the Dark Souls. Just because they are too difficult. They are like... It is a ridiculous grind. It's just one of those things where that game typically doesn't appeal to me because it's a slower, more dungeon crawly, more like hack and slash, but not even hack and slash. I don't know. It's really hard to describe. Yeah. But Sekiro is more of an action game, which
so it's still RPG, but so
no, it's still an RPG, but it leans more in action from what I've seen and from what I heard, and it's getting crazy
amazing
reviews right now,
dude. Like I'm thinking about playing it for a second too.
Yeah, no, I think that, and I think I'm more interested in picking up that and Devil May Cry than I am Division. Sorry, I'm trying to get all my thoughts together.
No,
and I'm running the board. Tambo's been out for weeks.
Tambo's in Mexico.
But no, so that it does appeal to me more because it's leaning more on the action side, where it is like, and the stealth side, than it is like the typical Bloodborne dungeon crawler kind of actiony, super difficult level. Whereas this game, from what I heard from the reviews, it is super difficult, but it's not as difficult as Bloodborne.
Yeah, I mean, it takes me back to like the nostalgia of like what games used to be for me. Because nowadays games linear. Hey, here's what you're supposed to do. Here's how you do it. They kind of baby you to just enjoy the experience rather than like fuck timing. Beat this guy. Beat this boss. Fuck. Like, it's really hard to beat a game, and that's what it takes me back to these old school games. Because I remember when I was growing up and I was playing like even Mega Man, it was all about timing. Like even these like Nintendo games, it was like just timing based, like super hard. And when you finally beat the boss, you put the controller down, you're like, fuck yes, finally I beat that level, I beat that game, and it kind of takes you back to like a really old school game that were just super hard to beat. And one of those games for me is Mega Man. Like Mega Man was just like super kind of, I don't want to say easy, but again, it's just hard for me. I was like timing and jumping up and down, and when I beat a level or I beat a boss, I'm like, fuck yes. And it kind of
sorry
no
sorry, no, I'm cutting off. Go. Sorry.
So it kind of takes me back to like now, like I remember when playing Bloodborne, it took me back to where it was a game where I had fun, but fuck, that game was really hard. But when I beat that like one boss, and I just put the controller down, and I was like, yes, like it gave me that thrill. It gave me that like, oh shit, this is why I kind of like games. You get that experience, and like, yes, I finally beat like one of the hardest parts of this game. I achieved something. It was super weird to have that feeling, and that's what I really like about Bloodborne, and that's the reason why I'm thinking about getting Sekiro Shadows, because it's one of those games where I know I was going to be a bitch to beat, but when I beat, I feel satisfied. Like I'm not going to put that on my resume or anything, but it's going to be like, you know what? This shit was dope. I might put that in there.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of those things, like especially Mega Man, where it's like those games, like the timing are so vital to the game, where it's like the hardcore Mega Man players, like on the ports or the ROMs that are like the timing's a little bit off, it completely fucks up the game for them. Yeah, like they basically have to relearn the whole entire game in terms of like the timing.
It's crazy, right? Yeah,
and it's the same thing I noticed with like with Crash.
Mm-hmm. Old school, yeah.
Yeah, well, like Crash 1 is so fucking difficult,
timing,
right?
Yeah.
And it's timing, and it's like in the Insane Trilogy, they changed the jump mechanic.
They did, yeah.
Like,
I remember
ever
that.
so slightly.
Because everybody said that too.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things where it's really difficult to adjust to that, and it is something I feel, like I said earlier, like jokingly, like we're a bunch of pussies. When in reality, games are easier than ever.
Yeah,
and
easier than ever. I would say so. Yeah.
And I hate when that game comes out like Bloodborne, when people are like, oh, it's too difficult. Like,
no.
Sometimes maybe a game's just not for you, or sometimes maybe you just aren't good at that game, and that's okay. you don't have to experience it. And yeah, I do think there should be things to be able to level it back for like people to get through, but at the same time I feel like that really dilutes it. Like remember the PS2, PS1, N64 where it's like just games where it's like fuck, like NES, SNES,
yeah.
and there is no difficulty. They're like this is what we had.
That's exactly
and
it.
it's one of those things where it's like I wish they'd bring that back, but at the same time I do want everybody to be able to play the game, but at the same time it's like maybe not every game's for you.
I mean the problem is things are too trendy.
Too trendy.
It's not easy to ride on that wave. People just won't get on it.
Ooh, like wave
think
checks.
that's the
I
problem.
like what you did there.
I don't know, because Bloodborne and Dark Souls are pretty difficult.
They're
popular.
pretty fucking hard.
I'm not saying that. I mean, difficulty is always a factor.
Yeah.
Like, I've played
It's a level of
plenty of fighting
enjoyment.
games that have been dumbed down over the years. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, they've made this easier to do just so they can have more people actually play the game because nobody wants to play the game. So I get it, but
I mean, I'm gonna put you guys on the spot right before we get into the news of what we're trying to talk about. But I want to know what you guys, when you guys were growing up, what was did we? I don't know if we ever did talk about this, but the one game that was just super hard for you to beat growing up.
Fuck.
Like a game that you were as a kid, you wanted to play this game, and you're like, nope, I'm not playing this game. Too hard. Put it down.
a couple of Spiral levels were hard for me to beat.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Hitman game on PlayStation that
Yeah.
I honestly couldn't even really play because I was so confused how to play. So it took me like a year or two to actually beat
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
So that game was
That's
actually
funny.
really fun once I actually started actually learning.
Yeah.
Took the time. It was over the difficulty and just actually took the time to learn this shit. It was actually hella fun.
So I'm trying to think.
It's hard. I think of a
I
handful.
think the most analog is Crash Bandicoot
Mm-hmm.
because I was a big Crash Bandicoot fan. I didn't play Crash 1 until like
Oh.
way later, way
And-
later. And I
Okay.
still hard as fuck. So like I didn't beat that game till like even way later in life, probably
Yeah.
like high school is like when I finished that game like all the way through. So I guess that game, because for me I didn't play like a lot of games outside my realm.
Mhm.
Like
You didn't
especially
explore. I
growing
mean,
up.
it's
Yeah,
not
the hard
difficult.
game. Fucking Skyrim on Legendary. That was fucking tough.
Skyrim.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, I guess BioShock on like super hard, but
BioShock.
even then, it's like I got through it.
Yeah, but you choose that difficulty begin. Yeah, it's true.
But like as a
kid,
kid,
I'm talking about.
as a kid, like like
It's
Crash
hard to
Ban-
say
I-
Crash
Crash
Bandicoot.
because I would play the kiddie games and I could pretty much get through them pretty.
One of the most difficult games I remember playing, and it was, I don't know why, it was on the Nintendo Super Nintendo, and it was always the fucking Disney movies. I couldn't get past the Lion King.
Played Disney
The
movies
Lion
on your
King-
Super
The
Nintendo.
Lion King was fucking.
Lion King's fucked up.
The Lion King was a piece of shit.
That shit makes you have a fucking mental breakdown.
Did you ever
I
play
have
that?
not played it.
Well,
No, not on Nintendo
remember, we're talking
64.
to Flowers who had one console for like forever.
What do you mean?
Didn't you just have like one console growing up? It was like the PlayStation.
I had the 64.
I
Super
think
Nintendo.
me.
A
I was that
PlayStation,
guy.
The Super Nintendo. Okay, no, you were the
and I
one
had
with the
a fucking
console. I
Xbox
flipped it.
360.
I flipped it.
Yeah, I had a couple different
I
consoles.
flipped it, and Mikey was the only one. No, but yeah, the Lion King for me was like one of those games where, as a kid, I think I never beat. And then again, I was doing like I was like a teenager or something, and I was doing spring cleaning. And I was like, oh shit, Super Nintendo, what? I had these games? Oh damn, I remember not playing this. Like I remember not beating this game because it was too hard when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember I slapped it on, turned it on, and guess what? I still had a bitch of a time to beat
Still
it,
fucking hard.
but I beat it.
You beat the Lion King?
I beat the Lion King. I went all the
Jesus.
way to adult Simba, man. It was fucking hard. It was fucking difficult.
Super Mario 64 was kind of tough. Like it took me some months of maturing mentally, like outside of the game, to really understand the game. Because like maybe I was just thinking stupid to like really beat the boss. Like once I beat, I was just like, why didn't I fucking do that? I wasted like
A lot
2
of time.
days
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to beat this boss. Frustrated, put the shit down.
But-
But then I just beat it, and I was like, oh, that's all I had to do. Just jump on top of
Jump
it.
on top, right? Hella them. I mean, that's the reason why I feel like nostalgia, like that satisfaction of beating a game. You know, it's hard to find that now, where it's like, you know what? I took the time. I kept at it. I kept at it. I did it. I beat it. Oh, thank God.
I got mine.
What is it?
Dance Dance Revolution. Man, it was
Dance
a
Dance
Like,
Revolution.
If
man
you took the time
titties
to really
moving
get in
around.
there, I didn't even
You
know.
fucking, I remember the where you connected to the PlayStation. You have your own mat. You put the mat, and you're over here tap dancing, making a rust.
Your own
my
mat.
big old man titties swinging,
Oh,
sweating.
God.
Got my lip sweat
Hey,
coming down.
that was your play 60 right there. You were
Oh,
doing,
nah.
you were
Yeah,
doing
what
work.
a bitch. Hey,
Oh,
and
I
you know-
remember we cheated when we were kids, because I remember when we were kids, it would just be me and my cousin or something. We'd be like on the mat. All right, you got up and left. I got down and right. Let's go. That's how we use our hands, and we would just cheat to get 100%.
There's that, and you know the motherfuckers that took it seriously. The
No,
ones
there's
with
people-
the metal mats.
Oh god.
There's the motherfuckers with the metal mats.
I
And you're
never
like,
did
you
that.
ain't,
I'm
you
still
ain't
impressed.
playing around.
I still impressed when I fucking go to an arcade and I see those guys actually fucking tapping on that shit. Like,
No, they use the
and winning.
rails. Yeah.
like okay, I'm impressed.
Good for you.
I took it a step farther.
What you do?
I plugged in a controller, like a regular ass controller.
And you actually
I
used-
played it that way.
You fucking cheater.
Cheating ass, cheating.
Cheater.
But yeah, I mean, I was going.
Guitar Hero was another
going
one.
a trip down memory lane. That was pretty fun. Guitar Hero was always done.
Guitar Hero was another one. I was able to fucking do a song on
But I think we were older. Than that. For me, I think it came out when I was like a teenager almost. I was like 12 or 13.
It was still tough.
I said 12.
Through
I
the
was
fire and the
13.
flames on fucking.
I didn't do it. I don't know. You tripping.
On Expert. If you can still do that song, you're a
I
fucking
did
god.
Guitar Hero 2. I spent the most time Guitar Hero 2 on the PS2,
I didn't play 3.
and I was playing Sweet Child of Mine, Guns N' Roses. I was on that shit.
Sweet
Expert.
child of mine.
So yeah, that was a cool conversation. I want the people to listen
Okay,
who are
alright,
watching.
what's
Let us know. What was that hard,
Alright.
very difficult game when you were playing when you were a kid? What was that nostalgia feeling? What was that game when you were a kid and you're like, "Fuck, this game is too difficult," but you beat it?
Did
Let
you
us
play
know what that game
Battletoads?
was. I did not. I knew the game, but I did not play.
Yeah, I feel like I've never
I
met
think a
someone who
lot of
actually played
people-
Battletoads.
I knew the game.
Have you played
during
it?
time.
Nobody plays
No, I
Battletoads.
haven't.
Fuck that.
I was a Sony pony. So verdict on The Division. Both of you have been playing it. I do like this. I want to start doing it. Oh, I know we've had conversations where
Yeah.
at least 2 of us are playing a new release.
Yeah.
Verdict on Division.
And I'm
It's kinda-
The third person is new to me. I'm new to third person shooters. I'm used to first person, but the third person aspect of it is new, but it works like really well. Like I played
Yeah.
Division 1, like I said, but I wasn't really too into it because like I didn't understand the game and I played alone, so I was like, fuck this game. But I did play it a good amount.
Yeah.
Division out of 10, I'll probably give it a 9. I'm not gonna lie.
Solid
It's
score.
actually really good.
A lot of people are giving it that score. It's kind of part of the news. I mean, we could go right into the news.
So what's the news?
News.
Wait, what is it?
no.
It was just at the very end. It's kind of what I kind of wanted to close on, but it's all good because we're on the topic of it anyways. The Division 2 roundup of what other people are saying. There's a lot of websites and a lot of reviewer people. They're reviewing progress because obviously the Division,
There's
this
so
looter
much you
shooter
can do in Division.
RPG type game. It's a game that there's a lot to do. You can go to the dark zone mission, side missions. There's a lot for you to do in this game, and there's a lot of end game content, which is the reason why a lot of people are giving it of these review in
Have
progress.
you played the little conflict mode?
No,
Was it a
I haven't.
4v4?
4v4 PvP. We
Bruh.
gonna try it soon though.
Bruh.
We gonna try it soon.
That
I've always
shit-
liked PvP.
I don't know if it's balanced or not, but because I tried it out. I was with my buddy. I was like, you know what the fuck is conflict? Do it.
Yeah,
4v4.
took it
I was like,
matchmaking.
okay.
Yeah,
We got fucked up. Don't get me wrong. We got annihilated. And I'm looking at the other people's stats. When you died, you can see like their stats for the weapon. They're like 25k.
yeah. I don't know if it's like level.
26K.
I
My
don't know if
shit's
it's level
like
cap.
300.
I don't know
I'm
if
like-
it's.
I was killing them, so I think it's possible. Like it
Possible.
still works. Like it's balanced.
But yeah, but then imagine they have probably all the attachments, all the guns, and all that stuff. So
Exactly.
it just
So they have
depends,
better
but you
weapons.
Just play a little bit more. But that's the cool thing about it.
So fun.
There's the Metacritic, obviously the most popular most popular websites that people go for reviews.
Aggregation of all the most popular
Aggregation,
reviews-
exactly.
review sites.
They have it of 85. 85 out of 100, so it's
85 on
good.
Metacritic.
I would say 85. GameSpot has it at 9 out of 10. IGN has 8 out of 10. But other than that, it's high praise. And kind of the question I want to bring you guys up to is why the Division 2 a good game? How did it become a great game? Not like Anthem. I want to do like a compare contrast of why Anthem kind of really failed. Nobody's talking
Anthem-
about it anymore.
First and foremost,
And now the Division is
Anthem
muy bueno.
needed the multiplayer from the jump. I don't know what I was fucking looting for. Like, what was the point of looting all this shit if I wasn't gonna be shooting any person?
Yeah.
Like,
Especially if you're going to get banned.
PvP is a huge
what
thing.
was the point?
Especially if you're going to get banned.
What am I
right?
doing this for? So PvP was huge for me. That was one reason why I wasn't really fucking with Anthem. And Division just has so much content. Like, as an individual, like you can build your own build the way you really want it. Like, it's not like, okay, I'm gonna grab a shotgun. I'm not gonna grab. You can't just grab all the strongest weapons in the game and think you're gonna be good because you're not. You're gonna be so bad. You're gonna get fucked up by someone who's has like mid-tier weapons and just better armor because you can't have it all.
Nope.
You can't have it all.
Can't have it all.
And there's so many things, especially team combat.
Yeah.
It changes the game immensely. So like, I can only imagine Dark Zone. I'm not even ready for the Dark Zone mentally.
Nope. I'm not either. when you're in there, let me know. I'm trying to get in there soon.
Man.
But again,
I
I'm
need to
just
get the
having fun
juice.
with it. I love the Division because it's your own pace. You go as you go.
It's
there's
fun.
there's a lot of content now. Even though you're leveling up, I know right now people are just thinking about leveling up at this end game at the end. There's strongholds, things to do. So again, I think
Those
the
are fun,
content that was out,
So
and
much
then
to
just the way that it was handled, no crashes, no bugs, no big day one patches. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was still a patch probably, but just it wasn't as bad as of a launch as it had.
I haven't noticed anything bad.
I think it could
as
be
far as
just
playing,
as
like,
big
it's
of a
smooth.
game. No, yeah, I think the Division is just looking really, really good because of how bad Anthem was too.
Well, here's the thing. This is why I didn't buy Anthem.
I didn't
It's
buy
like
it.
I
don't
like to
blame
be
you.
up top on games. I like to be on top of games. I like to be able to play games and give like feedback. But especially when you're paying that price and when all the new games are coming out are multiplayer games, it's like fuck. There's too many. There's too many. The bubble is going to pop, and you'll see it. I think Anthem is definitely feeling that right now.
They didn't have any multiplayer though.
Well,
I mean, they did, but I mean, it wasn't.
It's like squad based, right?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like things like, and again, I haven't played the game, so take it with a grain of salt. Of what I'm saying, I take more seriously Andreas and Sean a little more.
I haven't played
seriously than I
Anthem,
am.
so I'm in the same boat.
Well, I'm saying with
Division.
Division.
Okay.
I think why they were so successful is they had a new IP, right?
Mhm.
And then they did a sequel,
Mhm.
and they listened to the feedback,
Yep.
and they built on what the good things were, and then they made it better.
Mhm.
So like DC, a lot of people were like, "Oh, why would I want DC?" But the things I'm hearing about it is like it's really cool to be able to go back and kind of be in the capital during that like shithole.
Yep.
When that shithole's going off.
Yep.
And then yeah, so I think it's just honestly them being good devs and being able to take that feedback, being able to adapt what was good, what that foundation was,
Mhm.
and then be able to once again make the changes and then put it out on the new sequel. But another big thing is it doesn't have, it's not microtransaction heavy, right?
Not as much. I mean, I was surprised when I was just looking through the menu. There is like currency, but it's just more like gear, like appearances.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the game that I saw that said, "Hey, buy this gun and you'll be better." Like, it was just more like, "Hey, get this really cool sweater, get these really cool things."
I mean, yeah,
like
the really
caches,
good weapons you're gonna have to grind for no matter what. Like, yeah, you're gonna be able to get like
blueprints. There's a lot.
a weapon that maybe has a little more damage than what you
Mhm.
currently have on, but like that's not really gonna matter, especially in the dark zone.
Nope.
Not just that little bump. I mean, it may work in PvE.
Yeah.
Like you may be able to kill like a boss, maybe a little quicker, or like an elite fucking AI. Which the AI in that game are fucking super fucking smart. That's really what makes the game so fun. It's just the AI. You walk into a fucking, especially in the control zone, you ever just walk in there, you see like maybe like one group, like, okay, I'm gonna fuck them up. All of a sudden you're surrounded.
You're like, what's going on?
Less than 10 seconds you got surrounded.
Put the
And you don't
flare
know
up, put
where
the
the
flare
fuck you got. And then, yeah, you gotta blast the flare up, and it's just like, fuck.
Well, I think Division did a better job than Destiny in terms of being able to translate that feedback and then be able to deliver a really fucking solid game
No,
that
definitely.
people are going to keep playing. Like, I
Mhm.
do think out of all the games that
That's really
launched
important.
in this early part of the year that are all multiplayer, I think Apex and Division are going to have the longest feet, or the I don't think that's the correct analogy. What am I thinking?
Longevity?
Longest legs. That's what I'm
Longevity?
thinking.
Most longevity? Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, one of them, like, and that's the thing is, like, how many of these multiplayer? Because I've talked about it week after week. I'm thoroughly enjoying Apex, so it's like, do I really need another multiplayer game in my life? And that's why I'm gonna be picking up Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry, and then maybe the Sekiro.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking, because it's like I need a really good fucking single player game to just really dig my teeth into.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
always good to like take a breath of fresh air. Like even for me, like right now, like playing the
I'm
Division.
definitely getting Sekiro.
I was playing the Division. Had a good few nights of playing the Division. Hopped back up right on Apex when they dropped Octane, a new character, Season 1 Battle Pass. Hopped right back in, and it just felt fun again. Like, it's always good to just take a break of a game that you're like kind of just grinding on and like, going
Division
back
doesn't
and
feel
forth.
too demanding when I start. Like, I don't feel like fuck.
I need to do
If
this.
I
I
don't
need to do
grind,
that.
like I'm not gonna be able to get this. Like I don't feel like that. It's just like, okay, well, I'm done. Got fucked up.
That's-
No, it's a cool thing. I mean, like we were playing, me and Sean were playing the other day, and they were like, hey, you know what? Let's go do this mission.
Hey, we're, like,
And we're
gonna
on
do
the way to
this,
the mission. We're
this,
like,
and
hey,
that.
let's do this real quick. All right, let's go do
Oh,
this real
public
quick.
execution?
Hey.
Oh, we can't let that man die.
Can't let that man die.
And
Let's
then
go
we
get him.
Save his life, right? That takes about like 5 minutes because
10
you know
minutes,
obviously
yeah.
they're gonna have more enemies spawn. You get surrounded. Like that's. I almost want to say that happens often, but it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. It happens often because it's worth it.
I like to hear that, so you don't feel too stressed that you're gonna get it down to, because that's a big problem with a lot of people, especially with like Destiny. It's like you get too down, and then everybody else, like you take a little break, and then everybody else gets too good,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you're fucked.
Yeah, it's not even like that. I mean, I personally don't feel like I'm in a rush to like even grind or do the mission or look for loot.
Yeah.
Like I'll get to it when I get to it. Like there's so much to do in that game. Like you'll get to it, or you might find something better to do. the next time you're on. So
Well, you were talking about how like if I started playing, I would get bumped up to your level.
Yeah, so there's like again level cap. I mean, it just bumps you up. So like even though I'm super high level, and then you join me, like you're not gonna get wrecked every
there's like
single
level
time.
scaling.
I
Okay.
like
Level
that.
scaling
I
is really
do
good.
really like that. And that's
Because I
something-
remember I was playing with Jonas and he was like already level like 10, and I just hopped into the game,
Yeah.
joined his mission. I mean,
get, like,
granted,
extra
I did
XP.
die like 3 or 4 times,
Oh yeah.
but still, this is because I'm getting into the game. I know
That's
what I'm
true. That
doing. I
happened to
barely
me.
have little games, but I was still able to like shoot somebody and kill him. Like even though he was like level 7, I was
You
barely
level
like
up
level
pretty quick.
2.
I remember I was fresh in the game. My friend was like 4,
But yeah, level
and I
scale.
caught up real quick. Now he's like 1 level ahead of me,
Yeah,
and I've only played with him, so like it's dope.
Yeah.
Get up there quick.
and then real quick because we were talking about Apex, and I remember seeing this earlier. That's what I was on my phone looking up some, making sure I was right. But Apex Legends made 92 million in its first month.
92 million.
92
This is before the
million
premium pass,
in the
right?
first month. Respawn's Battle Royale had the best launch month of any free-to-play game
February, that's what we're
in
talking about.
history.
Better than Fortnite.
92 million. But again,
Oh, I
that's
guess
just-
Fortnite was a build.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the reason why they can actually say that. But still, 92 million in your first week. Guess what? This just saved Anthem and the whole developing team over there. It's just straight up like EA.
I think Bioware's gone. I mean, it maybe saved EA a lot of money.
Either way, long story short, that's a shitload of money for a game.
I think Respawn.
And then season 1 just dropped, so people are dropping those $10. I dropped $10 to get the season pass. I don't care.
Because
I didn't drop 10.
Apex-
I didn't drop that much.
I spent $10 on something else.
Apex from like behind the scenes, a lot of things I'm hearing, it was very much like the devs like, please let us put this out. Please let us put this out. Like it's gonna be good. Let us make this game.
Yeah.
And then they put out the game, and then that critical success. I think Respawn is gonna get a pass in terms of like whatever you guys want to do next.
Yeah, all you.
Fucking do it because 92 million on a game that's free.
Imagine.
That's nothing to joke about. Whereas
do you
like
feel about
Anthem,
the,
I don't think anywhere near
I'm
that.
sorry. How do you feel about people not wanting to play Apex because it's Titanfall?
They're stupid.
People are out there doing that because I
There's
think
people that feel like that.
I will
It's
straight up
completely
say, I don't say they're
different.
stupid, but again, I would say, hey, I don't want to say, hey, like that. I want to say, hey, dude. Just be like, dude, you know what?
Like, would
Yeah,
you
I mean, it's your
recommend
choice,
Apex
all in all.
after Fortnite?
I mean, kids got tutored in Fortnite, man. That's the reason why I stopped playing, because I was getting murked by some like 12-year-olds.
I mean, true. I mean, it can always happen.
Bruh, Fortnite.
Apex was just a breath of fresh air. Fortnite I haven't touched in a long time, and I don't know if I will again.
You will. They're gonna get you back.
They probably
They
will.
are.
It's free
And
to play.
This is what I'm
But
talking
they started
about.
doing too much. Like they had like I remember they had like these balls,
You
and
think
then
they're
you
doing
were in
too
a
much?
ball.
What?
Dude, there's so much. I was just watching somebody play, and they were just doing hella shit.
I think this is the best time right now. This is why I love the competition, because I think Fortnite and Epic are looking at Fortnite and be like, fuck, all right, well, how do we get these motherfuckers back? And you're going to start seeing them get motherfuckers back. They're going to be shit they're going to be dropping. People are going to be like, oh my God, I have to go fucking try this fucking out. Or maybe it is a mode where it is like, you're going to really start seeing them adapt and really like starting to change and try to do shit. I mean, you already saw it
Interesting.
with the Respawn.
I think
With the Respawn, adding the Respawn to the game.
that's the biggest thing. That's exactly what I want to talk about because I feel like that's the
They
biggest
did
game
Respawn
changer.
to Fortnite?
No, yeah, they are. I mean, it was Datamine, I believe, or something like that. It was like, hey, in the next
Was it?
update.
I thought it was.
I don't know. I could
I
have forgot
Fortnite,
reading
so
out
you couldn't
about
tell
it.
me.
But again,
Hey,
the whole
news show. We're very factually
you
journalistic correct.
Tambo check.
That fucking piece of shit.
But exactly, but I think for sure for me, that's what gravitated me to a lot more towards Apex, is that whole revive. Like instead of if it was us three, I die. All right, I'm dipping out. Fuck that. I'm starting a new game. But because I have faith in you guys and you guys can bring me back to life, I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna be like, Mikey, why the fuck are you using that gun? I would yell at you or something like that. It just makes it more fun for me to just not even just play, but to watch you guys.
Like, take, pick me up. All right, bring me down. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like such like
There's
a
so
strategic-
much more.
I can't believe that game's free.
I can
I
play-
will say that. To
Apex is so fun because you can play that game without talking, honestly. Like,
Hmm?
yeah, talking
Yeah,
is easier,
you
but
can't play that game without talking.
you
That's
can.
crazy.
We
Oh,
want-
I don't know what you're talking about.
I played with
I
him.
played with Shawn, everybody, and he was over here like, "Oh my bad, guys, I'm on the phone. I'll be right back."
I was on the
And
phone.
it's
He
Soldier
was like
voice.
cupcaking ass talking.
I was on the phone. I was trying. You know, it's like I
He
got
was,
2 kills.
It was funny though, because then we would be playing with Shawn, and then we'd be like, "Hey, Shawn, he's over there." Nothing, you hear nothing, and then and when like the dust settles, he unmutes. "Oh my bad, guys, I was on the phone." It was just hella fun to play with, but yeah, that was pretty fun. My bad. I know you were in the middle of that, but I was just saying, I think hopefully, like you said, competition thrives everybody else to do better and make everything more fun and enticing. Makes everybody to
I'm
be
still
different.
waiting for fucking spell break, honestly. Like, just
You goddamn.
Drop that fucking
give me that
bitch
on the console.
on console.
Stop fucking playing.
Stop playing.
Let's get another fucking person in the arena and let's make this motherfucker rumble.
Oh my god.
That's what I need. Okay.
I think if Spellbreak comes out on console, you have three very stark, different battle royales.
Very strong.
You know what I
battle
think is gonna come out on?
What? Switch.
Google.
Oh.
Stadia.
Ooh, I like that transition.
I wanted to talk about this because I know we're gonna talk a bunch. I mean, I don't know how long we're gonna talk about it, but I
Stadia's
wanted to make
very-
sure we talk about it
It's possible.
because that was a very big announcement. There is a new character, new challenger coming into the arena.
New challenger approaching.
New challenger approaching. That's what I was trying to say. Didn't come out right. Thank you, Mikey, for saving me.
Challenger.
New challenger approaches, and it's going to be Google Stadia, guys. So Google had on the GDC, they made an announcement saying, "Hey guys, we're gonna drop a console, not even a non-console, it's more web-based.
We're dropping a platform.
Dropping a platform. There you go. And it's called. They're calling it Google Stadia.
Terrible name.
Nobody. I don't even like the design, but don't worry about it. Google Stadia is not a console, nor is it tied to any specific hardware. Unlike traditional console, Stadia isn't tied to a specialized box in your home or in your hands. Instead, it streams the game data to any platform with an internet connections.
So what you're saying is
That
it's a
means
software.
you can play high-fidelity games through anything from a mobile phone to a Chromebook. You can play on your TV, too, through a Chromecast Ultra HDMI streaming device.
I also think there's going to be an app where you can just download it right onto your smart TV.
So it's super weird. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this conference. It was really cool. It was really interesting. The way they did it was super weird. They're like, hey, if you're watching like an ad and it shows Assassin's Creed and it's a game and you want to play it right then and there, go ahead and just hit that play button. You can hit play and guess what? 5 seconds takes you to the game. I'm like, oh shit. No way. How, Sway? How you going to do this to me? And through everything that they talked about, conference and everything, essentially it's that simple. Where it's one of the ways you can play is, oh, cool, that's a cool game I want to play. Let me play that. Boom, you hit play. Takes you right there in the game. 5
So
seconds.
you excited for it?
It's always difficult, again, when a new challenger approaches, when there's a new kid on the block. You got to test them out. You got to check them out. Like, what's good? What you got? You got to see what's up. And the thing about this conference is that hey, this is the idea, this is the concept, we're well into it, this is what you can do. They demoed it. They said, hey, look, here's the Stadia controller. You could use it when you're using your iPad, all these other devices and all this. You could just pick it up, play, boom.
Do you hype?
I mean, I'm hyped until they announce how much is it going to be, what games they have.
Okay.
All the typical console questions.
Typical console questions,
Okay.
because essentially they try to drop a mic without a mic. It's super weird. Like, I don't know how they try to do this conference without really announcing much more further detail. They just said, hey,
Yeah.
rumors are true. We're doing a platform device thing where streaming Netflix for games type thing where you could play.
We're selling games.
They didn't announce the price point. They didn't announce what it's going to be like. They didn't really announce games. They announced partners, Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft. They're pretty cool. They announced like, hey, we're going to team up with Doom. Those guys, they're going to come out with the game for us. And then there's another guy who came out and said, yeah, we're working with first-party games. We're with Google. We're going to make games for these guys.
Yeah.
What games? I don't know. TBD. Like, it was just so weird to kind of have this conference with major punch. It had
I'm
a
a little
punch because
nervous.
it's saying, hey.
I'm
like
a
I
little
said.
nervous. If it works, it's gonna be the shit. Like the
No,
shit.
no doubt.
Like, especially when more games come to it, it's gonna be the shit. But like, I don't know how shit's gonna run from mobile phone to TV. Like, what am I looking at in terms of specs? Like, what do I need? Like, is it gonna be okay? Like, will it feel the
Guess
same?
what?
Will the graphics
So,
look the same
High
per
speed
platform?
internet.
Here's okay. So here's the details.
Go, give me
I'll
the
give you the
details.
details.
Give me the
What's the
details,
details?
It
baby.
can do
What's the
4K at 60 frames per second, and it can
And-
do 8K at 120.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I saw when they were switching platform.
Yeah, just hear me out. I'm just
Hear
gonna
me-
give the
I-
specs for
I-
everybody.
give me the
And
specs.
those
What?
at home that don't know, Google Stadia is a console away from a console.
Mhm.
So it is a streaming platform like a Netflix, but not a Netflix, which I also think is weird because now you are paying monthly on top of paying for the games.
Yeah,
Right?
it says right here, a cloud gaming platform that allows users to stream games to any device. I did it again. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
But yeah, let me say that again. It's going to be a cloud gaming platform that allows users to stream games to any device.
Yeah, so it's a Netflix, 1,000%. If you had to pay for Netflix and then you had to pay for the content on Netflix, which fascinating. But streaming, which again, it's like I get it because like, okay, like the first like year, depending on how much it is, let's say it's like $10 or whatever. For 3 years in, it's basically you bought a console, right? It's like you bought a PS4, you bought an Xbox. But after that, like what? Like now you're paying more than you would if you just bought an outright console. And then now also, yeah, that sounds all good. Yeah, awesome. Fucking 8K at 120, 4K at 60. Like that sounds amazing. Can you do it? And here's the thing: a lot of the demos that they were doing weren't working. And another big issue I have is the controller is a Wi-Fi based controller. So it's like all this latency, all this lag, all this latency.
I seen it. I'm sorry. Finish your thought. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's all this latency. So I don't know how it's going to be able to perform, especially on things like first-person shooters and fighting games, which is a lot of criticism in terms of people throwing out there. And it's not necessarily criticism because we don't really know if it can or can't. But again, from some of the demos being fucked up, like you saw like videos of like
that's exactly what I wanted to bring up.
Creed.
He's like tapping A real quick, like jump. Oh god, he jumped. Okay,
yeah.
Like you see that,
It's just one of those things where it is like, if it works, yes, this is the future. Is it too soon? Yes, I think this is way too soon. And to say that, hey, look, we're gonna be coming out, we're doing all this, blah blah blah. Who's to say Xbox and Microsoft can't execute this? And they are if dollars to donuts, they're fucking working on this right now, like 100%. PlayStation Now, you have not heard the last PlayStation Now, right? Game Pass, I guarantee you, turns into
what this is,
exactly what this is. But instead of paying for all the games, right? It's like on Game Pass, you get the free games. It's gonna be like Amazon Prime. You get the free games, and then you get the games that you have to pay, like the new releases, right? But things like the first party, they're free. And that is the appeal.
Yes,
and that is something Google's going to have to step up. Am I going to have to pay for the Google first party game when it comes out? Or are you going to include it free in the subscription? And I think that's what Sony, Xbox, even Nintendo all have an edge on them, is they actually have physical hardware. Because you think someone in fucking buttfuck Missouri is going to be able to connect to this and not get any kind of latency with their 50 megabit internet?
We still love you though, Missouri.
Yeah, no.
We still fuck with you.
Not buttfuck Missouri though.
Not buttfuck Missouri.
We don't fuck with you.
I mean, buttfuck.
We don't fuck with you, buttfuck.
You know why we don't fuck with it? Because they wouldn't even hear this.
Because they do buttfuck.
Because they don't have internet.
Have fun listening to this on your fucking 2-bit internet, nerds.
Stupid.
No, but it is one of those things where it's like, okay, cool, but also it gets very sticky. It's like not everywhere. Like, what if you're in a hotel room and you want to play games? Like, what if you're like?
Shit, you're right. I mean, yeah. Hey, my mobile hotspot gonna work?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like
gonna be boo boo.
I don't. And there's no details on this. What internet speed do you need for this to work?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, nothing of this was released.
I don't think even if you have a gig of internet speed, I don't think it's gonna work. And also
a gig. Well, you only need 25 to stream 4K.
Yeah, but even then, it's like this is not a Blu-ray, right? It's not a 4K Blu-ray. Yeah, even when you stream and you have the great internet. So it's one thing where it's like, okay, movies haven't even fucking figured this out. How the fuck are you gonna figure this out? So I mean, I believe Google can do it, but I also don't think they have the appeal that Microsoft or Sony have.
And I think that's the reason why I think if there's anybody I trust to kind of do these kind of like streaming games, you give it to probably the most powered company to kind of do this kind of an idea.
I don't know, man.
Who else could tackle this in the right mind? Do you think they have the power to kind of deal with the whole bandwidth, all this stuff,
100%
commercial, all that stuff?
Now I do,
because the only thing Google's really dipping into, their feet into is going to be the whole kind of like gaming, like how to make a game and everything else. When it comes to streaming, all that stuff, Google is well into. Oh, damn, hold on. Google is definitely well into what they're doing. They know how to do anything.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off.
You did.
When I do that, just ignore it. It's fine. I was just trying to.
But I just feel like I'm okay with this concept and this idea. It's kind of the question that Nick DiPaolo had with us. And we can kind of go into it real quick.
Nick DiPaolo.
Shout out Nick DiPaolo. Always grinding, always working. As Mikey says, Italian stallion. He says he believes with you, Stadia is the future. He talks about the vision. Gamers are gonna be obsessed with that, but then it's gonna be a game that's hyped for a few months and then dies out. But his real question is, why can't our industry applaud and evolve with new tech without being absolutely negative? Let's grow, and it involves growing pains.
Look,
Because go ahead.
oh, sorry.
Let's grow, and growing involves growing pains.
I got a long thing, so you can go ahead and start.
Because that's a good question by Nick DePaula, man.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm negative as far as I don't want it to work, because I want it to work. If this shit works, it's just going to be the truth. I would want this to work everywhere. The truth. Fucking imagine being on the airplane,
He's a Paul Pierce
using the
games.
fucking internet off the airplane, and the shit works. I
No,
make every fucking flight way much better. Way much better.
Way more better.
But
Do you think why do you think the industry is having a negative connotation to this whole new release? Like, why do people already it's a concept and people are already being skeptical about it? People are already being like, you know what? Nah, fam. Nah, this ain't gonna cut it.
because
Ain't
streaming is
gonna cut it.
already iffy as it is. Like, it's already
What do you
hard
mean
to
it's
stream
iffy?
shit. Is it? It's already hard to stream as it is. Like, everyone knows what the Netflix buffer is. Everybody's tired of that
I
screen.
don't have that buffer. What you mean? I got good internet. I got Comcast. What you got?
Okay, but
SBC
that one
Global?
time a day when it's not good, you're gonna be pissed.
Times
Especially
Warner?
if you're paying for it. Especially that much money, because we
Yeah.
don't even know the price of Stadia. So
You got AT&T.
imagine
Boo-boo?
you fucking get home
Uh-huh.
from work,
Okay.
decided to play the fucking newest AAA game,
Mm-hmm.
hop on the internet, and all of a sudden, you can't play it.
Yeah. What if there's a got a point.
It's one of those
That's
things.
a
where-
little aspect though. I think that's like
That's the whole, that's the
one
whole experience.
thing of
though.
like it does harness the experience, but again, the idea of what Nick's trying to say is like, why can't our industry just applaud and just like encourage this new idea, this new gaming platform, this new way of thinking of what games should be? Like I said, I the way I see it is, again, that new kid on the block. There's a new kid trying to say, hey guys, this is how I do things, and people are gonna be looking at him like, the fuck are you doing it that way?
No,
Like poor K. How Sway?
4K. No, 100%. And I think there's a mixed feelings in terms of like, yeah, there are people where it's like, it's a fucking new guy. I don't like the new guy.
No, you're absolutely right.
There's always gonna be
Mhm.
people like that
Yep.
happen with, and this is crazy because we haven't had someone enter the games industry in this way since 2000, right?
been a
And
minute.
people said the same thing about Xbox. People said the same thing about PlayStation. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, there is going to be some of that. But I think a lot of it is legitimate concern in terms of, one, what's Google's end game here,
Yeah, no,
right?
you're right.
And then two,
Hey, it's whatever it takes.
how are you going to tell me all this stuff and not tell me any detail about it? And I do applaud it. I like, if this is it, we've said, if this works, yes,
gonna be the shit.
this is the shit. This is, as Shawn said, the truth.
The truth.
This is
Pierce?
the way the game industry is gonna evolve. But at the same time, you are cannibalizing a very big amount of your fan base, especially like in places like in Brazil when the PS3 came out, right?
Missouri.
PS2 would still be selling in Brazil,
You're right.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's cheap. You have the physical games. They don't have the internet connection, things like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you are going to be cannibalizing a lot of people, right? And I think it was a very short-sighted of them to not even release a box that you can play the games. as
Yeah.
well. You give them that option. Look, you can pay $20, blah blah blah. You can pay whatever it is, $10,
I remember
$20, right, a month to get on
saying that.
the streaming service, and you can get it anywhere. Or you can do a physical box, and you can get the games physically, and you can play that, right? So I think they're cannibalizing
Okay.
a huge.
That's exactly what you were saying last time too.
Huge market.
they're missing out.
and I think a lot of gamers feel burned because I think there are a lot of people that are in Missouri or in Tennessee,
You're
or
right.
like these more rural
They don't
areas.
have Comcast over there, dude. It's crazy.
Well, people in these
Time
more
Warner Cable.
people in these more rural areas where it is, they feel burned. They're like, cool. This technology doesn't apply to me. Like, I feel like a lot of people do really feel burned in terms of like, well, you don't care about us. Like, you don't.
Again, it's the
you're not
hardest.
care to us. And then here's another thing too. How much data is 8K at 120 frames
That's
a second
fucking
going to take up,
crazy.
right? And then especially now when it is standard that there is caps. There's caps on your home internet that rolled out 2-3 years ago, where you have a terabyte, and after you use that terabyte, it's over.
Yeah.
Like, you have to pay more.
More.
So it's like one of those things where it's like, well, like what? Well, okay, then what is Google going to try to push their fiber service and then make money off this that way too?
Fuck. Hey,
So
there's a
and
package-
that's what I'm
there's a
saying.
bundle.
We need to look at their intentions, and I think one of them is this is going to be their way to kind of move into the internet services.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And
Mikey going
I-
deep.
I don't.
Why
know.
are they doing this?
Exactly. And it's one of those
What's
things.
the end game?
And I don't know.
Why did they
And
make
here's-
this internet-based only?
Here's the thing. I think it's going to be just like consoles where it's like whoever nails the content is going to win. Is going to win this battle. And Google, they have made a lot of acquisitions in terms of
They did.
talent, right? Phil Harrison is the head of this thing right now.
First party thing.
For people who don't know, he was at PlayStation, he was at Xbox, and then he went off the grid, and then he's at Google right now. He was the one who announced the PS3. He was the guy on the stage who announced the PS3. Right?
Interesting.
Yeah, he's the one who said, "Hey, it's $600 fucking dollars."
Yeah, he was that fucking guy. And I've been burned by Phil Harrison before. I think he's kind of a skeevy guy, like especially from what I've seen and my experiences. with him in the
track
past.
record kind of proves.
And
a little
I
bit.
don't. And again, this is just something where it's like we really have to look at this under a microscope in terms of like I'm going to be interested what the competition brings, because if Google comes out and they have solid first party lineup and PlayStation has The Last of Us 2 and it's free with their streaming and you just have to pay the monthly and then everything else you have to pay like what $50-$40.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're ready to play that game either because of retailers. So I think we're going to get into a really sticky territory where I don't know. I'm very fascinated to see how this plays out. I hope it works 100%. I don't think there are many people who don't hope this works out. Again, there are the people who are scared of the new guy on the block.
Yeah.
I think this is crazy. If it fucking works, this is crazy and this is a revolution. Good. But I would place bets that Sony and Microsoft with their next console are going to be like, hey, you can get this console or you can get the streaming service. PlayStation or Sony TVs come built in with blah, blah, or like all the smart TVs come built in with PlayStation Now, like already pre-installed. You don't even have to download it. You can check it out, and then your TV purchase comes with a free trial for a month. And you can get all the Sony exclusives free for a month. Like
Samsung has Xbox,
yeah. So it's gonna be one of those things. Well, no, I'm saying all of them.
No, what you're talking about.
It's going to be one of those things where it's going to be a race, and I don't think Google has the legs. I do think, and again, I don't know who's going to take care of developers more, because the more you take care of developers, like you saw with the Epic Store, they are going to come, and they are going to leave everybody else, right? So it's going to be, I'm very, very interested to see how it turns out.
No, I mean, that's the thing. It's just got to wait and see a little bit. People are excited, but they definitely have, like they don't have their whole foot in the door. Like, all right, I want to see what's going on, but not really.
I think there are a lot of people hurting or not hurting, but because nothing fucking happened to them. But I feel like there's a lot of people who are burned, just in terms of this announcement. Basically, like, well, Google doesn't give a fuck about us, so why am I gonna pay this any attention? Like, why this is like a fucking unicorn dream.
Yeah, no, exactly. If Google is going into
too far-fetched?
For the people, because again, not every we live on the coast. We're very privileged in terms of the access to technology we have here. Whereas, there's still Blockbusters in fucking Oregon and fucking
Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska. Like these places where you're not gonna get a gig of internet. You're not, and then when you do, that might come, 5-6 years, and then with this 6G, which I
do agree. I think this was a little too soon. Definitely ahead of its time as far as the concept.
No, I don't think it's too soon. I think
it's too soon.
I think they fucked up by not doing a box. And I don't know if we will see a box. I think we might see a box. I think we might.
You know what? The box is the controller. That's their idea.
And that's another thing. The controller is a Wi-Fi controller. Like, at least, the least they could have done was like a dongle or something. Like,
you got the Chromecast.
Exactly. But that doesn't connect. The controller doesn't connect to the Chromecast.
Oh, it's straight to the Wi-Fi.
It's straight to the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
So it's one of those things where it's like, and especially now when it's like more and more of these fucking internet homes where it's like you got the light bulbs hooked up, you got the Alexas, the doorbells, the like, they're gonna be running into a lot of problems, and if they aren't ready for it, I think this is gonna be a lot of lost money by Google. That's all I'm saying. It's not that we're negative. I do think we have to look at this under a telescope or under a microscope and actually kind of analyze it. And it's not that we're not praising them, because it does seem like they are genuine in their message, and it does seem like they want everyone to be able to play these games. But there's a lot of questions.
There's a but.
I mean, I could say, look, check this out. I got the cure for cancer, but if I don't tell you how I got it, why I got it, if I actually have it, how it works, what it is, what the fuck's then what is the point of my message? It doesn't mean anything.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's not for the gamers, it's people they're gonna see it a mile away and they're gonna be like, nah, cool, I'm cool.
Even if it isn't for the gamers,
I'm cool, Stadia.
But if it doesn't work, what's the good?
Yeah, it's only gonna be for Silicon Valley. Who's privileged, lucky. That's what it is. I mean, again, I'm excited for the. I'm excited. I'm excited in the idea. I'm just hoping they execute it. I'm hoping they execute it because the idea of, hey, I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm watching CTG vids, and they have a game. Let me play that game right now, right away. That'd be pretty cool.
That was dope. I like the idea they had between you playing a game and I think they had Tomb Raider.
I think I saw, yeah,
how do I beat this dungeon? It just pops up and you look at that video right on the side. That'd be sick. Again, the ideas and concepts there is just the way they execute it and everything that Mikey just said. Just retweet because it was pretty good.
But I said, my Game Pass will turn into Microsoft streaming, and PlayStation Now is going to be either rebranded, renamed, whatever, revamped in some way. And because they did buy Gaikai, like when Sony was hemorrhaging money back in 2009, they bought Gaikai, or 2012. They bought Gaikai, a streaming.
I remember the app. Not an app. Sorry,
a streaming
based
company. Yeah, exactly. And we really haven't seen shit. Like we haven't.
They working on it. And I think that's another cool thing. I mean, just
on
like
live.
what I think.
On live tried this shit 12 years or in 2000. No, on live was this.
Yeah.
It was like another company like Gaikai. They were competing companies, and On Live fucking tanked because
I've heard of On Live before.
It was really popular.
You know what I think, guys? I think hopefully it happens actually, because of Stadia. I think Xbox for sure is gonna announce their new console. PlayStation for sure is gonna announce a new console this year for sure. Everybody announces a new console. Xbox, PlayStation for sure. No, hands down. I think they are. Hands down.
PlayStation's announcing something. Xbox is announcing.
They're gonna announce their new console, whatever it may be, and it's the reason why I'm kind of getting excited for E3. Even though PlayStation's not gonna be there, there's people are kind of pulling out. It's Xbox time to shine, and I'm excited for what Xbox has to show. And my money on it.
I think Xbox announces the new console.
Xbox
at E3,
is gonna announce
and then PlayStation's gonna follow suit with the conference later. But here's something I just thought of too.
What you think of?
Their big initiative is we want to be able to play with everybody, right? They want to be able to play with Xbox and PlayStation, right? No. So think about this.
Yeah?
Think about this.
Go ahead.
You're playing Apex on the fucking Stadia, right?
Yes.
And you have somebody playing with a downloaded copy of Apex
on PlayStation?
On PlayStation or Xbox.
Yeah.
And you're playing against each other. Who's going to have the advantage? If this lag shit isn't figured out,
latency, yeah.
Their messaging, I think they're going to dial that back real quick. The whole crossplay thing, because if everybody's not on an even playing field, there's going to be big problems.
Easy.
I mean, think about it.
I don't understand how Fortnite was on the fucking phone and being able to crossplay. That should make no sense.
But even then, there's processing happening on the phone.
And you still died.
Right? The latency that you'll get from the controller and then from the servers and then from the online server. There's 3 different things it has to go through. It has to go through the controller latency. It has to go through the connection to the processing of the game latency. And then it actually has to go through typical latency, which is the online servers, right? 3 things that it has to go through where a traditional console only has 1 thing to go through. 2 if you count HDMI ports, but even then it's like it's very slim. So they got some shit to fix, work out, and especially with HDMI 2.1 coming out. If you got someone playing on a new Sony like 950G with the 2.1 HDMI,
we installed those.
Okay, but versus a Stadia where it has 3 different latency points. Google, I
can get shot before you knew what happened.
I'm very interested.
Put you down.
I think they're gonna roll back that crossplay everywhere shit real fast.
It's gonna be fun, man. I'm excited. So that was kind of the big news between Google Stadia. That was the announcement. That was the whole, hey, new kids on the block. What's good? Here's the announcement. I'll just recap. It's an exciting idea. Hopefully they execute well. What's their end game? Hopefully we get more bits and bits of pieces because we don't have a release date. We don't have anything. We just know they're working on it, which is great. But hopefully the more time goes by, hopefully the more information we get and the more we could get excited about.
Sorry, I know you want to move on. I also came up with another thing. Are retailers going to carry this controller?
Online only. No, of course.
Are they?
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, GameStop's dying, dude. They could get anything they want. Or
why would they not put it in retail?
Are they? The controllers.
Why wouldn't they?
Because then if
No,
this shit gets popular real fast,
You know, Google has like their end caps everywhere. Like they have their own spots
I know,
throughout
but
the stores. They could easily just throw, hey,
what if
Google
the stores
Stadia.
just go, hey, we don't want to sell your shit
No.
because it's gonna cannibalize our sales?
Guess what? Pull everything out of Google.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Sure, that's fine. You can do that, but I
it
I
won't
think
work,
that hurts
everyone's
them
gonna bring
even
that
more.
money
No,
back.
because the way that
Yeah,
Google
that's
pays
true.
for the space in retail stores.
Sure. Again,
So if they can,
but
they put what they
The
want.
retail stores
no,
gonna have to
no,
make
no,
that
you
money
can't
up
because
though.
they can say we don't care. That's not how it works though. Retail stores say in the beginning of the year what they're gonna carry and what they're not gonna carry. There's some shit that at Target that Best Buy doesn't carry, right? So it's gonna be the same thing where it's like, no, we don't want to sell this because if you sell this, then all of a sudden there aren't people coming into our store buying PS4s, buying controllers, buying headsets, buying like all this other shit.
I guess,
so it's like,
but it's far fetched though. I don't see that.
well, why do you think it hasn't gone digital? Why do you think we already haven't all gone all digital? Other than the things I said, is because why do you think online games aren't cheaper than physical games right now? Why? Is because retailers. The sole reason is because retailers. Because PlayStation can easily be like, if you pay online, which we would get more profit from anyway, and it's $50 or $40 for a AAA game,
Yeah.
everybody would start downloading online, right?
Yeah.
So the reason they don't do that is because the retailers could be easily like, fuck you, get all your shit out of here. We're not gonna sell your boxes.
That ain't gonna happen.
There's a
That
lot of
ain't gonna
politics.
happen.
There's a lot of politics to think about
Too
here.
big, nah. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I mean, everybody has to
It's
eat.
That's
something to
too
think about. I don't
far-fetched.
think it's gonna happen. That is something to think about. Though. It
You don't
can't
think
happen.
retailers would sell the controller?
I can see it happening. If it gets especially if it gets popular. Why would they do that? Why would they cannibalize a huge
They'll sell
margin
it.
in their
They'll
sales?
sell it because again, I feel like Stadia. Hopefully they change the name. I feel like Stadia, it's gonna be for the people. They're not trying to dip into the pockets of PlayStation owners. They're not trying to dip. In a sense, I mean, of course they are because it's a competition. It's a market.
It's a company.
It's a company.
I think everyone's losing fucking sight of this. I get it. This whole narrative.
But, okay, so you're
it's
telling me
for the game. I get that because I do genuinely appreciate that,
Yo,
that
so
sentiment.
hold on.
At the end of the day, those motherfuckers want to knock out
You're
everybody.
gonna tell me if there's a kid who, again, you're 14-year-old Mikey, 15-year-old Mikey, you saved enough money to buy a console you want. You go into a Best Buy, you go into a Target, and there you go. You see a PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, and a Stadia. You're gonna be like, Stadia, let's go.
No, because there's not going to be a Stadia.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't. You're missing the point. you're missing the fucking point.
Tell me the
Because if
point.
it is that, look, somehow the games are cheaper, or somehow like this is just better tech, right? You can stream and you don't have to worry about discs and all this and
And
stuff.
all I have to do
That
is
is
buy
the
a
future,
controller.
and it's positive. Just look at Netflix. Look at what Netflix
Okay, so
did to Blockbuster.
let me rephrase that then. So you see a PlayStation console,
And a
PlayStation
Stadia
console, exactly. Xbox console, Nintendo console, and then there's a Google Stadia controller for $60, and it says Google saying, "Hey, buy me, and you can play all these other games."
You're talking about if
Yeah.
it works, right?
Yeah, if it works,
So he's
and
saying
it gets
like, if it
popular.
works,
I get the question.
Why
get
would
it
I want to
now.
go and buy
No,
a
yeah.
PlayStation for $400
Why
if
I
I
can
can
buy
buy
a
the
controller that's
$60
like
thing and
60
play
And
the
I could
exact
try
same
it out.
games?
and it's not a big investment for me, right?
Mm.
And I could pay the $20 or $10
retailers are
for
losing.
3 months and get these
And it
games
kinda
or
goes
whatever,
down-
and especially if the exclusive games are free, and that's
Yeah, I know
another
what you're
thing.
saying.
And,
Okay.
and it's also going to be another thing where it is. Look at what Netflix did to
Yeah, they changed the game.
video
And guess what?
rentals, Blockbuster.
So that's what I'm
And this is
saying.
what I'm doing. But here's the thing: no,
Piece
but
of
listen,
shit.
but listen, but listen.
Listen, Linda.
No,
listen.
listen,
Listen,
Linda.
Mikey. Listen.
Because it's one of those things where it is and I hate everybody just loses sight of this. They are a fucking company. If you think Google doesn't want to knock these motherfuckers out, because they want PlayStation, Nintendo, and Microsoft all publishing
You
games
ain't got
on their
the answers,
platform.
Sway.
They don't want them to have consoles.
I'm
They
just-
want
I'm-
them to be the only place to be able to play.
Hey,
Just like YouTube.
hey,
Just like YouTube.
hey. Are you done?
Okay.
Why you
What?
mad? Why you salty over there?
Yeah, why are you mad?
Because
You looking real salty.
Stadia is not the answer to like the whole gaming industry problem. If somehow
No, we're
Stadia,
saying if it
somehow
works.
Stadia works
If it
and
works.
people love it, competition thrives growth.
I agree.
So if that's the case, if Google Stadia is the answer to everybody's problem with bandwidth, latency, crossplay, PlayStation is going to have their Wi-Fi controller. Xbox is going to have their Wi-Fi controller. So I don't think the whole retailer idea of, we're not going to carry Google because fuck you, you're the future. No. Guess what? PlayStation, the market's going to follow it. It's a copycat thing. It'll grow, it'll change, and competition thrives.
I agree. And then that does kill. Again, I don't, especially when you see someone like Walmart trying to get into the streaming games
less
industry.
money for the retailers.
But and then it's fine. So
it's not fun if you're a retailer.
Yeah, it's not because they're already not doing great, and that is a very big share of their company. So you are seeing retailers like Walmart, who again, I read this on GamesIndustry.biz. Go check out the article. They are looking again. They already own Vudu. This is not their first entertainment streaming platform, which is crazy. I didn't know Walmart owned Vudu. They are gonna try to start doing these games platforms as well. Then it gets very interesting.
It's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole.
There's a whole political game on this as well. And again, it's easy to look at it and be like, oh yes, Stadia.
Yeah,
I think there's a whole bigger picture in this fucking thing where it affects bottom lines everywhere.
No, exactly.
Which I think is interesting.
It's kind of like this. Like it's. I think we have like a simple minded 1 + 2 = 3. That's how it should be. But there's always these different factors that go into it, right? There's a back end that we don't see and we don't know. So again, I'm not gonna dive deep into this. Is why retailers won't get there's too much into it for sure.
I think it's an interesting conversation. Not a lot of people are having. And I think that's important.
Yeah. So I mean, again, it's interesting thing to have. But again, if competition, like I said, competition thrives growth. If for some reason they say, hey, you know what?
It's gonna be growth.
I have 2 aisles of games,
it's gonna be
and I want
growth
just
than
one
just
shelf.
The gaming industry, though.
And that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'd rather have. I'd rather have growth in the gaming industry than a fucking retailer. I don't give a shit.
The retailers are gonna have to grow.
I do.
They're gonna have to grow.
I care. That's my bottom line.
It's games, dude. It's games.
Look, man.
It's a baby budget, dude. But again, that's what it is. So I'm again at the end of the day, I'm excited for what Google has to offer. I just gotta wait and see more. I'm not gonna be jumping the gun and be like hands down best console. No, wait and see. New kids on the block. See what they're about. See what's up. Check them out. If they're pieces of shit, guess what? The whole block gonna beat him up. But if he proves his worth, he's gonna be with the boys.
I mean, they got.
That's
money,
how it is.
so
Have you been a new kid on the block?
They'll transform.
I don't know how it is to be new kids on the block because I lived in the same house forever.
Again, PlayStation, Xbox. Last thing I'll say this. I know I said that 3 times already.
Say it 4
PlayStation
times. Say
and
it 4
Xbox
times.
have a clear advantage because they have a physical box,
definitely
and
do.
they're going to release a physical box. What's interesting is Stadia did say that it has more. It's more powerful than the PlayStation Pro and the Xbox One combined. So again, there's a lot of statements being thrown out with not a whole lot of
ifs.
Not exactly. Not a whole lot of
with those statements,
like technical stuff being laid out.
Definitely, man. So at the end of the day, are you excited for Google Stadia?
I'm interested.
You're interested. If Stadia and you're on Tinder and Stadia pops up, are you swiping left or are you swiping right?
Depends. Let's see what that third, fourth picture looks like. You know what I mean?
Hey,
you gotta see what that bio. I know what the bio is. What's the picture
that
look
was
like?
the answer. That was the correct answer. Number 1 answer on the board.
And it's
That's fucking Flowers. You swiping left or you swiping right or are you looking for the 4th picture?
You know, we're talking about Tinder, right?
No, Grinder.
Trying to be funny.
I mean, I don't know why you asked.
old joke. That's a real pullback from
That's
old
a
episode.
funny.
Back.
Honestly, I want Stadia to work.
Yeah,
I really do.
Me too.
Just like a lot of people, but
It's just wait and see. It's not gonna hurt my pockets to wait and see, so I'm just wait and see.
I mean, I'm yes right now. I'm for it.
He's swiping right.
I'm swiping right. That's a like. I hope she DMs me back.
Super
We should make that a fucking segment.
Swipe right, swipe left. Oh, and talk about deals of the game. Hey, you gonna cop this? Nope, swipe left. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna pull up a deal of the day. Go ahead. Next.
So let's go into the next bit of news. We're gonna go a little bit away from the games a little bit, and we're gonna talk about Marvel and Disney. A lot of cool things happen with them. A lot of interesting things happen with them. First and foremost, the big news that I want to talk about is James Gunn. James Gunn is back. He is gonna be directing Guardians of the Galaxy Numero Tres. Your boy's back. He's excited. This came a little bit before the merger, the announcement of the merger. So another big news of this week is that Disney and Fox, they finally came together. The buyout happened. Officially happened, I believe, the 20th midnight.
Did we just skip over the James Gunn shit?
No, I'm doing it all together. We're gonna go back to it.
Glue it all together.
Exactly.
Sorry,
We're doing it all together. So
my bad.
unpack everything because it's the last bit of the news.
I'm more excited for Suicide Squad.
But
I'm sorry.
That's no, exactly. So for James Gunn, Mikey gave you a
reboot?
stank ass phase. Oh my God! Hold on, we're gonna get to this real quick.
What?
Let me just do the quote real quick. Like I said, James Gunn is back. It happened right before the merger. James Gunn announced. He tweeted out, "I am tremendously grateful to every person out there who has supported me over the past few months. I am always learning and will continue to work at being the best human being I can be. I deeply appreciate Disney's decision, and I am excited to continue making films that investigate the ties of love that binds us all. I have been and continue to be incredibly humbled by your love and support from the
Makes
bottom
the
of
most
your
PC
bottom of my heart.
statement.
Thank you. Love to you all." Again, this came back out because James Gunn, if you guys didn't know, he got the boot for some douche
For some old shit.
for some old shit. You
For
know,
some old shit. They
people
came
dig
back
through-
his history.
and they came back at him. And James Gunn is finally back. He's going to be doing Guardians Volume 3. It was delayed, and it still will be delayed until James Gunn is done with the total reboot of Suicide Squad, and which is for some reason Flowers said he's excited about, and is kind of the reason why Mikey was like, "The fuck you mean you're excited for Suicide Squad?"
I've heard some dumb shit from Flowers' his mouth.
Come
in
on,
my
man.
days.
I mean, one of the dumbest shit real
Come
quick.
on,
Like,
man.
I get it, but to say you're more excited for Guardians or fucking Suicide Squad over Guardians of the Galaxy, yes, I think it will be good. I think
mean,
he's
look,
gonna
look,
do
look,
it justice.
Marvel Studios, don't get me wrong. It's going to be a better looking movie, sure. But, like, DC needs this.
Yeah, but to be more excited for it, I think that's ridiculous.
I'm excited. I like DC.
Hey,
I
you
love
do
The
you, though.
Flash. I
do
love
you.
The
Yeah.
Flash.
Don't take two
The
L's in a
Flash,
row.
the Flash isn't in
Suicide-
Suicide Squad.
No, but, I mean, he captures one of the Suicide Squad villains, which means we could get a better Flash movie if Suicide Squad works out.
Why are you getting me excited for this movie when it ties into nothing?
Damn.
What you mean? What?
Ties into, it's just
You
a
not know what
standalone
Suicide
movie.
Squad is?
It's not going to tie into anything. Are they going to build a movie with the
Universe?
movie universe starting with Suicide Squad?
How do you know? They could tie it in the Justice League.
They already had the other one canon.
Come on, man.
The other side.
other.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's
This
the other.
is what gets me so angry about DC.
You're fucking,
This is what gets me
getting
so
hyped.
angry about DC.
Why?
They're trying.
None of it makes goddamn sense.
You know what?
This is canon.
I'm tired
this
of
is
you,
canon.
Mikey.
Okay, we're gonna do a reboot of Suicide Squad, but it's still gonna be canon. Oh no, it's a standalone movie. None of it makes goddamn sense. Just give me fucking a universe where all these movies could fucking tie in, or
What?
at least complement each other or something. Like
Why does everything have to be a universe now? Why can't they just have a standalone movie?
I'm for it.
It's a
I
superhero
stand
movie.
for
though.
a
Why can't-
standalone movie, but at the same time, it's like that's not how you make money. I don't think DC knows how to make money, because I'm for like standalone, like with Marvel's new streaming platform. They said they're gonna do like alternative timeline, like a TV show essentially, where it's alternative timelines with the actual like VOs of like Chris Evans as like Captain America, shit like that, right? I think that's great because those are standalone things, not canon things like that. But at the same time, you think the general fucking public are gonna understand
I know where
fucking
he's going.
Suicide Squad and fucking Suicide Squad fucking reboot or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it? Nobody. They're gonna be like, what happened? Where's the other fucking guys? Where's fucking Will Smith?
Where's Will Smith go? Where'd he go?
They had an
where's
A-list
this
cast,
tie-in?
though. That's
Are
the
they gonna
only
get
thing.
Justice League in here? No, because it doesn't tie in, motherfucker. Because you don't. They don't understand this shit. Because it's one of those things where it's like people like that ongoing movies. That's why TV shows have taken such a stronghold right now. Is TV shows are this continual thread, this continual story, right? It's so hard to fit good narrative into 2 hours, right? So that's why the universe thing works, is because you can build exactly the payoff that we got, that we're getting in Endgame right now.
Yeah.
Is years and years and years of this story being built and built and built, brick by brick by brick by brick by brick, and it's not like it's not like the Incredible Hulk.
Tetris.
It's not like the Incredible Hulk where it's like one movie,
Yeah.
and they like retcon
scrapped
it, right? They didn't scrap it, they retconned it,
Yeah.
right? It's not like that. You have what, 6 movies that you have to retcon?
Damn near.
You have to completely forget about the other Suicide Squad movie. Reboot it. I would be happy if they just reboot it and be like, look, this is the first one of the DC universe.
The whole series, because I know for sure they're saying that this is gonna be a total reboot of Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But if they're gonna say it's a total reboot of the whole entire universe, that's a whole different thing.
yeah. I
So
think
it's a
it is.
reboot
Ben
standalone?
Affleck doesn't want to be Batman.
I think it is a
He's a
reboot.
bad Batman.
But it's crazy because if you saw the first Suicide Squad, it had Ben Affleck's.
Nobody wants to be Batman. He doesn't want to be Batman.
He's not
Nobody
even a
wants
good
to work
Batman.
with these motherfuckers.
Batman don't even want to be Batman.
Reboot it. Kill it. Abort it.
Aquaman was good. Bring it back. They got good
Aquaman was
actors.
Oh, that's good. One movie.
Yeah,
Two
yeah.
movies with
I
fucking
think they
Wonder
You
Woman.
liked Wonder Woman, didn't you?
Yeah, 2 movies with Wonder Woman.
Hey,
Great.
All right. Look, Superman is still good. Man of Steel was still solid. It's still rolling with
All right,
that.
cool. Are we just going to get a new Batman and completely forget that we had a different Batman in fucking 9 different movies?
Yes.
That's my issue with it. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's cool.
Take the
That's-
reins.
Redcon the Batman.
That's the kind of conversation we want to have because again,
So, James Gunn.
James Gunn is back. He's excited. We're all excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for both movies that he's making because if there's anybody who can make a good DC movie, it's gonna be James Gunn. He's dealt with a group of superheroes being Guardians of the Galaxy. He made that his baby. He could do his own total tonal shift in DC. If they want to go darker, he definitely can. If he wants to.
Sidetrack.
Guardians of the Galaxy, no sidetrack.
I heard fucking Fantastic Four was getting rebooted too.
Yeah,
Well, that's
we'll get into
exactly
that. We'll
why
get
it's
into
going to
that.
be the new thing, and I got a question for you guys because of that. But again, I'm just excited. If it's a total reboot, I'm with it. James Gunn's perfect hands. Let's get into the next bit of news.
Oh,
Fuck you.
I don't want to move on from this James Gunn thing.
I wanna
I
move
feel
on
like
to-
this is a very big piece of news where it's like,
Let him move on then, Mikey.
thank fucking God.
Oh, I'm super happy that they said
Thank fucking God, because it looked like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 3
it was being shown.
was going to be like a disaster because nobody wanted to touch it. Nobody wanted to fucking touch that movie.
They know.
No, it's just
Was out
something
of
where
respect?
common sense fucking works out at the end. Like, that's what I'm happy about, and I'm happy that we're getting him back. I feel like James Gunn, and I tweeted this out when it happened, I think James Gunn is going to be so fucking integral to the cosmic
Next phase,
universe.
yeah.
That cosmic
when
means
it
that's where
goes
we're
into
shifting, right?
Galactus and all that. Yeah.
We're going to be shifting to the cosmic universe. I think James Gunn is going to be directing several movies, and I think one of them is going to be Fantastic Four.
He's in it. Ooh. If there's a person, I don't
That's
know.
gonna be dope.
I don't think he'd be touching too
I'm
many
sad
movies.
Fantastic Four got rebooted so many goddamn times.
The last one, the Michael B. Jordan one, should have deserved much
I
better.
want Michael B. Jordan to be in it.
He was
really
good. He was the
did.
only good thing about the movie.
Now,
only thing good
now
about
I
the
don't
movie.
see him being in it. Like,
And
now
it's
they
so
can't put
weird
him in it.
because I mean, just the origin story of the last Fantastic Four movie.
Why did they do it like
Just
that?
that origin story that they used. I know they're trying to be different, but they were too different.
It's just like, what
Like,
the
what?
fuck?
What you mean?
Fuck.
They go into this. It's super weird. But the reason why we like to talk about Fantastic Four and the idea of James Gunn is, again, like I was saying, is that Disney's $71.3 billion acquisition of 21st Century Fox film assets will make it the most powerful movie studio ever. So this deal finally went through. I believe that happened on the 20th midnight. I think I'm wrong, but I know it was the past couple days. Where midnight, guess what? Marvel has its rights back to the good old faithful movies. But another reason why I brought that up is because of the merger. It's a pretty big merger. Unfortunately, people are going to be losing their jobs. Some analysts are saying about 4,000 jobs are expected to be cut between the whole merger. So that's fucking crazy. That sucks for a lot of people. 4,000 people about to be losing their jobs. Upside though, hey,
I think a lot of it, though, the jobs are like studio heads.
No.
Like executives, things like that. It's not necessarily the people making the movies. I think a lot of them are very top tier, like
Yeah.
presidents, like people who oversee projects, things like that. The
Mhm.
higher ups. I
Yeah.
think they're slashing all those jobs, and I think that needs to be done. And I think those people are gonna be fine.
No, exactly.
It's not necessarily that. Hey,
They got janitors who lost their jobs.
yeah. It's not gonna be like the people who are actually making the movies are more hands on.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't feel like, again, I don't know the extent
of it,
who
yeah,
is
yeah,
actually
you're right.
getting laid off, but my guess would be it would be more the top tier guys, and I think they're gonna be fine. And I think that needs to happen.
Yeah,
especially
that's
when
kinda
you
breath
need to get more. You're gonna see people promoted from DC or the MCU.
And who knows? There might be a different division that opens up, saying, "Hey, we got the Marvel Studios. Hey, well, there is Marvel Studios, but again, hey, we're gonna expand it a lot more, so we're gonna need to hire more people."
Bring people into Fox. Hey, you've worked with fucking X-Men before.
Exactly.
come
So
on
that's the
over.
reason why.
So that's why I think not a lot of people are gonna be affected, other than like the more top tier jobs.
So I mean, it's kind of another reason why I wanted to bring this conversation up, because I wanted to get your guys' opinion. You guys as two listeners, people watching. I want to know what your guys is gonna be. What your thoughts of what Marvel's first Fox controlled film is gonna be. So out of the Fox controlled Marvel characters, Fox had the rights to X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer, Galactus, I'm mentioning those last two specifically because that's what's gonna be in the next phase of Avengers. If you guys didn't know, real quick side note, they're calling the whole, Marvel Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. They're calling it the Infinity Saga. It's pretty cool. Just like Star Wars Saga, but this is like an actual 9-10 movie saga. So they're calling it the Infinity Saga. But Flowers, of X-Men, Fantastic Four, any like those guys, what movie do you want to be rebooted first by Marvel Studios? I know you hyped on Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four I am hyped for, but I want the first one to truthfully be X-Men.
True. Even though Dark Phoenix is coming out next month, I would still hope they reboot X-Men because X-Men is just such a rich story, rich history. So much good could be coming out of X-Men.
Is a reboot even?
Right.
I mean,
even with the whole X-Men,
is a reboot even necessary?
Yes. Yes.
For X-Men, you think so?
1,000%.
After this last one, yes. They did a very good job with the last three, but they're definitely in the tail end where they're burning out of ideas.
I think they should continue after Wolverine.
X-Men First Class was great.
I think they should
I like the X-Men First Class. Really?
No, that's just that's so fucking X-Men. X-Men First Class is great. Can't name anything else.
That's it. Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's X2.
Logan.
X2 was not good.
Logan was amazing.
I'm just naming the movies.
Oh, okay.
Settle down, young lad.
But I think the only good X-Men movie that they got right was for sure Logan.
Was it Logan or was it Wolverine?
Just Logan.
Logan was the very
rated
last
R
one, right?
That's the one with this
the
like
little
the R-rated one, yeah.
The R-rated
Yeah, so
one.
they should just continue off of that. Have the X-23 and just fucking. Then you have the fucking.
I don't think you can.
But so you
not?
for sure. No, so go back to it real quick. You wanted for sure the first reboot to be X-Men.
If it had to be rebooted, yeah.
I think you should work at DC. I think you got the same mindset.
Look,
hey, let's fucking complicate shit.
we could save.
Let's make this
DC
fucking
could save a lot of
universe
movies.
that's all right, and let's fucking build off of that. No, we need to gut it. I think the only thing that's salvageable, just because it's newer, is the Deadpool movies, and I think that works well with Deadpool's character in terms of being like so transparent. I could see
something to run with.
I could see him with the Avengers being like, hey, wait a minute, you're the fucking Silver, or to like Chris Evans or some shit. Be like, hey, you're like,
hey, aren't you supposed to be Fantastic
yeah,
Four?
weren't you in the Fantastic Four? Or like, hey, I know you, blah blah blah, or like, shit like that.
It's still, yeah.
So, yes, I think that needs to be rebooted.
Deadpool?
No. I think that's the only one that could be salvaged. But like the X-Men universe needs to be rebooted.
Yeah,
The
Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, and nobody else could do it.
The first one I think we're gonna see is gonna be Fantastic Four.
No,
I don't know. Because I think that's going to be
no.
That's the perfect one to introduce the cosmic
Silver
universe.
Surfer, yeah.
Silver
It is
Surfer.
the perfect one to introduce.
No,
Magneto.
for sure.
Like I think that is the perfect one to be able to be like, hey, this shit's going cosmic, because it's going to start off as like a, hey, look, this is like a Fantastic Four origin story, and then the post credits are going to be like, hey, shit's about to get cosmic.
Silver Surfer
Galactus.
works for Galactus. This is going to be the
Dr.
new Thanos.
Doom. Like, there's so much shit to pull from there that they
Guess
can do.
what? There's going to be a new saga. There's going to be another 22 movies of Marvel. There's going to be another rich history of movies. Rich movie of continuity.
You know what? I'm just following my Spider-Mans. All right, that's all I'm doing. I'm following my Spider-Man. Fuck all the rest.
It's going to be interesting to see, especially the cosmic universe, because they nailed it. They nailed it on the first saga in terms of like the more Earth-based fucking shit. And this shit needs to go with the Guardians of the Galaxy approach. Like, it needs to be able to have like the different variations, the comedy. There's gonna be darker galactic, like the more intergalactic movies, and it needs to have a distinct tone to it that I think Guardians nails. Right, Guardians is very different from a fucking Iron Man movie or a Captain America movie. I think if you're gonna do this space shit, I think you have to make it have a very distinct differentness from the first saga. And I think that's why I think James Gunn's going to play a very, very big part. And I think that's why the Fantastic Four are going to be introduced first. I think that's going to be the very first reboot. I think we might see another Deadpool movie.
I think so.
But for the most part,
it'll be rated R too.
For the most part, I think it sets it up perfectly, because we have the other galactic shit going on. What's the new? There's like the group that's like
Skrull?
space that's coming out. No. Anyway, somebody out, leave in the comments. I know you know what I'm
What are
talking
you
about.
talking about?
There's intergalactic fucking space team, like Space Avengers, essentially. That's from the comics that they're going to be. They announced a a
You
movie
talking
for.
about Willis? Okay.
Yeah. So that's already slated, right? So I think after that we get a Fantastic Four movie that kind of breaks it up.
Yeah.
That introduces us. Hey, we're back on Earth. Blah blah. Here's the Fantastic. Oh shit, this shit's about to go galactic, and then we're gonna get Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and then we're gonna get X-Men, and then we're gonna get like the Galactus movie, and then it's all gonna start fucking playing
for
in.
it. The
So-
more you talk about it, the more
That's what I'm
I
saying.
get excited.
I
It's all
think.
talk until it happens.
I think, and I want it to be Fantastic Four because I think that's gonna be the fucking perfect way to make this happen, especially when like in the Fantastic Four movie they fight the Avengers or some shit, like, or like join them, or like there's some
Like they fight
cameo
the
or
Avengers.
something. Yeah, that happens all the time.
all the time.
Okay. All right. If you say so.
So yeah, no, I'm excited. I think I would want. I think just because for the sake of the Avengers movies and all that, I would want Silver Surfer just to be like, hey, Galactus, he's over there, he's fucking with y'all. But realistically, I'd probably want a Fantastic Four reboot first.
See, you
I'd
weren't
I'd
with me for a
want-
second.
I want-
You weren't with me
I
for
was
a second.
First of all, I didn't pay attention to what the fuck you just said the past 5 minutes. I just really want a Fantastic Four because it deserves a lot more credit than what the past movies gave it.
I agree.
So yeah,
100%.
that is great, amazing, very awesome podcast, boys. I had very good fun.
Real quick while we're still here. If you guys need a new PlayStation 4 controller, go to your local store. I'm not going to say which store. I'm pretty sure you can do it at all. But price match it to Micro Center. $30. Get you one. That's it.
Deal of
Oh yeah,
maybe
let's get
the day. Hopefully that's still
We're-
up when
That's-
it's posted.
I mean, look, if you can,
Yeah,
if
that
it's
wasn't-
post tomorrow, you can get it.
Okay, I'll give you a real deal of the day. All right,
a
so
real
we're gonna
deal.
start doing deals of the day before listener
the
questions.
week of
So
the
I got
21st.
2 deals of the day.
Hit me
which
with a
I
deal
think
of
are
the day.
steal or deal of the week.
Go ahead.
Because deal of the day is different. Deal of the week, you can get this all week through Sunday. So you can have the next couple days to be able to jump on this. 2 things: the Xbox One X, the Fallout bundle, $100 off. $100 off. So you get for
$100 off.
$3.99. It's usually $4.99. Yeah, it comes with Fallout 76, which is a bummer, but hey, it's $100 off. You don't pay anything for the extra for the game. So if you're looking to get into the Xbox One game, get a good 4K Blu-ray player. That's a good way to go. Again, $100 off. And then the LG B8 OLED, still on pretty good sale right now.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's
Nice.
$2,300. So I think it's
OLED
$500 off. So if
and
you're looking to
Xboxes.
upgrade to that OLED 4K future, you can go ahead and grab that for that price.
Pretty
23.
good. That's actually not bad
2200.
for no OLED. Thank you guys. That was pretty fun. So yeah. Quick shout outs at the very end. I think we have one more listener question. Then.
We got 2.
Did I miss one? Because I try to do something different. I try to like intertwine them throughout
like
the
it.
whole thing.
I like it. I like it.
I'll
Pick
see
a
if
side.
it's
I'm a good
something
shit.
new. I
Um,
learned from the best.
Alexander Dayu asked, "Do you guys think Skyrim will come to Stadia?" Fuck you, you piece of shit. We don't need fucking Skyrim anymore. God
No
damn
more
it.
Skyrim.
I gave him shit on Twitter. I was like, "You're the fucking reason that we're getting this shit on fucking
No more
everything.
Skyrim.
Fucking just give me a new Elder Scrolls game. I would prefer that.
Stop. Why would you want that?
I mean,
And
no.
yes, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Yes, but fuck you.
Nah.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Eli from Real SS Treat, who also does Old Games Old. What? What do you guys think is going to be Stadia's killer launch game? Guess what? I don't know because nobody knows what the fuck Stadia is still. Even though we just talked about it for a good 30 minutes.
Third-person action adventure game.
I don't know, man. It's going to be, they're going to hype up their,
It's gonna be a Portal 3.
they're going to hype up their studio game, but nobody's going to know what it's going to be about. It could be anything, but if they're going to try to catch somebody, it's going to be
It's gonna be a Miss
like
Explosion
an
Man
adventure
2.
game, I feel like.
Google buys Valve or Steam.
Borderlands 3. What?
Google bought Steam. What?
But yeah, pretty good.
What?
That's a fucking.
Nah.
I know
should
the
look
I know
into
the
that
last
shit.
question. It was very last minute, right when before we started the podcast. But shout out to Nick, Eli, Alexander, Adam, and then Jonas at the very end snuck into the DMs. Actually, one more important listener question. I'm gonna get to that. I just remembered it. 2 more listener questions. The first one is Jonas. When's that hangout gonna happen? When's that Chip Tooth Gaming hangout gonna happen? Very cool idea. Thanks, Jonas. We're gonna think about that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do it, but we just don't know
should
when.
make that happen. I don't know how the turnout's gonna be, but hey,
Hey, you know what?
we got enough
I'm
support
like,
in the
fuck
Bay. I know A-Rock gonna be there.
Guess what? Drinks on not
Andreas.
everybody.
Drinks on
All right,
Andreas
you heard
'cause he's
it-
the money
You heard it
maker.
from Andreas. Andreas gonna buy you a drink if you're there.
Water on the
Um,
house. What's good?
First
So-
10 heads Andres is gonna buy you a drink.
That's gonna be all the people who show up.
Yeah, dude, that's so many.
That's why we need people to come.
But it's pretty
Talking about.
funny.
I'm excited. Hey, remember
So
that.
yeah, I mean, we could definitely do that. One thing, this is gonna be a long time listener, first person calling in. No, I know how they do that. They do that in the radio, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Hey, Jeff. My name's Mike. I'm
This
a
is
longtime
going to
listener,
be
first-time caller.
from Ricky, aka Pie Dreams.
Oh,
Go to your Shake Shack over here in Palo Alto. Get yourself that pie custard. Shouts out, pretty amazingly
Ooh,
delicious.
berry
I think it's like the last week to get the apple
beach
pear.
Get you a
caramel
pie.
Next, I believe
Pie
starting next
dreams.
month. Sneak peek,
Ricky,
blueberry.
what's up with the hoodies, bro?
blueberry lemon.
Lemon blueberry.
Where's
something
my
like that.
pie dream hoodie? You've been playing.
So I don't know if you want to talk to him after this because his question was, "Hey guys, just want to let you know I dig the content, appreciate the company while he's throwing these pies down out here." My question for this week is: would it be possible to have a moment of silence for that L Shawn took last week with the Halo Battle Royale debate? Hold on, not yet. I commend his effort to keep it going, but sometimes it's just easier to take the L and move forward. You got a hashtag rip off the Band-Aid. He's still one of the best on the show. So to honor Ricky. Honor Ricky.
No, hey, no, don't try to ease my pain. I'm hurt.
I just want to give a little moment of silence, dude. You're taking the L.
No moment of silence. See, I don't take the L's in silence. All right, you don't just get dick down in corners.
That was a fucking awesome debate last week.
That was a pretty thing.
That was.
I thought you didn't play games, Ricky.
He don't. That's why he's telling you what's
I
up.
thought you didn't play
Even
games.
so, it's even funnier when he knows you took an L.
I didn't take it
So
out.
for a man who knows about games but hasn't played him in a bit, he still knows when you took an L.
Didn't take L.
You did,
Mike
but
is
it's
just
okay.
Stupid.
But it's
I'm
okay.
good.
Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for all the questions. I appreciate you guys. This is truly the
I
best
still
one.
think Hoyler could.
I feel like we've done really, really well. To close out, I want to do a quick shout out to Old Games Old. I know Mikey knows a lot more.
Why do you always hand it to me?
Because when it comes to Old Games Old, you're the best.
Just
Boo.
fucking, you need to get better on your
Boo.
Buddhist, man.
L.
Old
Old
Games
Games
Old.
Old.
Episode Dose came out. Really good. Really interesting.
L.
It's our bi-weekly. Every Monday they post on
I thought it was every
youtube.com
other Monday.
/Chip2 Gaming. Yeah, bi-weekly. What do you think bi-weekly means?
I mean, you followed up with every Monday, so
Fucking dummy.
No,
maybe I'm the dumb one.
Dude, really?
You said bi-weekly. Every
God.
Monday they post.
Bi-weekly, Old Games Old. It's a video game retrospective podcast where they take two their favorite games, and really dissect it, really go down that nostalgic train. Really wonderfully shot. Great graphics. It's Eli Shaw, that San Francisco treat, and Noah Frescott holding it down over there. Again, not part of, or they are part of our team. They're not part of the usual podcast crew that you're used to. Go ahead and try them out. Like I said, it's awesome. It's
Check
on
them
all
out.
the podcast services. So go ahead and check it out.
Of course.
The
And
Ogo.
you could check us out
Where?
on YouTube at CTG Vids.
And
You can check us out on Twitter at CTG Vids, Dab. And I'm going to be fixing our Instagram, so you could definitely make it a lot easier if you guys want to send in those listener questions. Instagram is going to be the way to go. Twitter as well. But I'm definitely going to be upbooting that. Upbooting doesn't even word.
a booty.
I'm going to be rebooting our Instagram to make sure it's more active and input in there, because Instagram's a very, very great tool. We want to make sure everybody gets the opportunity to send in questions, listen to our feedback, give behind the scenes, see why Mikey's shirtless in the bay for no fucking reason. Don't know why. I'm not even going to ask you. Don't even answer that.
Shut up, Mike.
No, I wasn't
to
gonna answer.
answer it.
I wasn't gonna answer. The Chiptooth. If you have a question and you missed when we post on social media for the
Mhm.
questions, and you, let's say after this podcast, you have a very itching question you want to ask us and you want to forget it, go ahead and send it to chiptoothgaming@gmail.com. Again, that is chiptoothgaming@gmail.com.
If you
And
wanna-
in the subject line,
gmail.com.
and in the subject line, you can go ahead and leave completely consensual in the subject line.
There you go. And then always YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. You can listen to us there. I am your host, Compa Andres. Follow me on follow me on Twitter at Compa Andres. You can follow Mike Supercuts Doherty at Cheeks_Junior. And you could always check out Wavy Flowers.
Wavy flowers.
That's actually nice. If he actually had waves. At that kid Flowers. Tune in next week. You're gonna have waves.
Thank you. Come again. Come
Until
again to
next
our
time.
channel.
Until next time. Gracias.